Good afternoon, Boulder Rotary. John Kotke, pledge on the four-way test.
Will you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now the four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Thank you all. I know we have a lot of guests and visitors today, and Danny Lindahl has his work cut out for him.
You bet, and I can handle it. So welcome everybody. Wow, what a great turnout. It's so nice to see everybody again. And I'm going to start, if you're a guest and you're accompanying invited a guest, please stand up so I can find you. Guests and their invitee. So, Gary, are you in charge of this group?
Nominally. Yes, so today at the speakers table we have several invited guests. The speakers will introduce later, but Stephanie, you want to introduce yourself?
Sure, I'm Stephanie Woolheiser.
Yes, Stephanie is accompanying David today, and Mila and, hi. Mila and Trina and David are our speakers today. And Lindsay Daly, you'll be hearing from later as she presents an award to the club. And over here at this table, we have visiting Rotarians, Tom Hughes and from the Golden Club, and Bill Farrell from Boulder Valley. And also we have the privilege of having with us today a couple of people from the legislature who you have met, at least Judy in the past. Judy Amabile, who is a representative. What district are you? District 13. And Robin, can't read your last name. Robin Noble Gribben, who is her legislative assistant, is that correct? Great, and I'm sorry, I don't know Tyler. Are you just a guest of, okay, well, welcome. Okay, there you go, Danny.
Wow, Gary, great job.
Thank you. It's a pleasure and an honor to introduce my mother, Sheila Ream, who's here visiting from the UK. Thank you.
Cool.
Well, I'm excited today. My guest, Reggie Gray, has just turned in her papers to be a Rotary member.
William.
I have Chad's nephew here with me. This is my son, Isaac.
That's it. Thank you, everybody. Welcome. And Vanessa will announce who's on Zoom.
Thanks, Danny. Great job. Hi, everybody on Zoom. I'd like to welcome today to our meeting. Thanks for coming. I believe that Dominica is our only guest today. If you'd like to unmute yourself, Dominica, and say a few words.
Yes, good afternoon, everybody. I am past President Dominica of the Rotary Club of Montego Bay, Jamaica. And as always, I look forward to your meetings, and it's a pleasure to be with you again. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dominica. Welcome, welcome. Okay, I'm going to pass. Everybody have a great meeting today, and thanks, Chad.
Thank you, Vanessa. Welcome to Boulder Rotary for all the guests and visitors and for all the members. This is the best place to be on a Friday afternoon, whether you're here with us in the room or on Zoom. This is also the last meeting of the Rotary year, where we've all served to change lives. So thank you all for all you've done for Rotary over the last year. A quick thank you to Katrina Jewell for coming up with the idea for sitting with your colleagues. I hope everyone is enjoying the conversation, maybe reminiscing, maybe not, maybe coming up with some new ideas. A couple of quick announcements. The Lafayette Chamber of Commerce Awards were last night, and the YMCA received a Hometown Hero Award for their work with the Marshall Fire. So congrats, Chris, and congrats to the YMCA. I'd also like to mention that today is the last day to buy your pot holders and your trivets for raising money for Ukraine. So see Marlene in the back there. There's one final piece of business for the Rotary year, like one final mystique out there, and the question is, will Bill Anderson's winless raffle streak continue? So why don't we get to the drama and let's find out. 9899206. So, excuse me for 1 second. As you'll see over here, we have the Bill Anderson winless raffle streak. We're going to mark that at 37 weeks. For those counting at home. Speaking of Bill Anderson, we have a new member of the club, and Bill will come up and introduce David.
Please join me in welcoming David Askey as a new Red Badge member. David is sponsored by Dorothy Rupert, Gary Kahn, and Cinda Collins Arsenault. David was born in Lincoln, Nebraska, but has been a Colorado native since 1970. Graduating from Longmont High School, the University of Colorado, with a BS in electrical engineering and an MBA. He received a certificate in development practice from Regis University in a joint venture with the Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers. David has lived in Boulder through marriage, career, and now retirement. He has a daughter, Emily, and a son, Zachary. David worked as a software quality engineer for 35 years at many different high-tech companies in the Denver metro area. He started his own database business to produce computerized mailing labels for nonprofits and devised and implemented a secretarial service to take minutes of board meetings in real time using portable computers. David has served since 1999 on the Wesley Foundation at the University of Colorado Boulder Board of Directors as recording secretary, trustee, and operator of a for-profit subsidiary business. He served on the Board of Higher Education and Campus Ministry of the Mountain Sky Conference of the United Methodist Church as board member and recording secretary 2010 to 2018. He also served on the board of the Stratford Park West Condominium Association as board member and recording secretary from 1984 until 2021. David was active in St. Paul's United Methodist Church and Mountain View UMC Boulder from 1988 to the present, serving in a variety of leadership positions and on the choir. He served as Congressional District 2 Coordinator for Bread for the World, a Christian citizens movement to advocate for poor and hungry people in the U.S. and internationally. David has served as translator and led more than a dozen Boulder United Methodist Mission Partnership trips to Mexico, Alaska, and other locations to build churches, clinics, and other church-related facilities. David's hobbies and interests are varied and include downhill skiing, racquetball, camping, semi-pro photography, videography, music composition, classical music, jazz, Tesla, investing, renewable energy, and battery storage. Please join me in welcoming a wonderful example of service above self, David Askey. Congratulations, David.
Thank you, Bill, and welcome, David. So today we're going to have a very special program with a very important topic, and in order to accommodate the full breadth of what we're going to cover today, we're going to run the meeting a little bit long. We're going to end at 1:35, so I just wanted to make everyone aware of that in case anyone needs to leave early. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Trina, for your work. Thank you, David and Mila, for your courage and conviction in sharing your story. It's really nothing short of inspiring, so thank you both. I'd like to have Gary Kahn come up now with Lindsay Daly and Trina for a special award presentation.
I didn't know if you were introducing me or, okay. Well, it's very hard to follow that. I'm teary. Thank you so much for your presentation. Today, I'm honored to present the 5th annual Rotary District 5450 Hayes Family Mental Health Award. As a small family foundation, the Hayes Family Foundation has grants that are limited in dollar amount, so our mission focuses on support to help grassroots projects with a story we share and social support we trust. This award evolved from the efforts of Rotarians for Mental Health and the State of the State's now continued focus on mental health awareness. I was not able to attend that fantastic event, and so I'm very grateful for this Rotary Club today to facilitate the work that Youth in Recovery is doing, and that I just sat and heard that presentation. Sorry, it was very emotional. This award will help Youth in Recovery bring stories of addiction and recovery to not only Boulder High Schools, but other schools within District 5450 and Colorado. One of Youth in Recovery's partners, Natural Highs, won our award in 2020. As I shared then, the outreach specific to high schoolers resonates with our family's story. We now understand the extent my sister suffered from depression in high school. She never finished her degree at CU Boulder, and she passed away from complications of alcohol at age 30. Our family had resources, both community and financial, but there was so much we didn't know about depression, anxiety, and in her case, using alcohol to cope. We now understand so much more because of nonprofits like Youth in Recovery and Natural Highs, which did not exist when Allison was a teenager. My son starts high school in August, and on a very deeply personal level, I thank you for what you are doing at Youth in Recovery to share your stories with high schoolers. I have a check that I'll give to you.
Just want to let everybody know that largely through the work with Hans and Norma, we got connected with Youth in Recovery and Trina, and are able to now, thanks to the help, through the help of that the foundation is going to give us, that we can facilitate Youth in Recovery even further than they might have on their own. And so thank you all for listening and being a part of this.
I do want to personally thank Norma Portnoy and Hans and Gary because of their diligent commitment to this educational piece. Boulder Valley School District was the 2nd district in the state to accept Narcan in all of its schools and set up emergency trained staff who can administer Narcan. And we know it is not talked about in public, but Boulder Valley School District has experienced several in-school overdoses where teachers actually saved lives because they had their own supply of Narcan. That's $150 that a teacher took out of their small paycheck to save a life, and it wasn't reimbursed. So the fact that Boulder Valley School District now is implementing this and carrying it because of the work of the Boulder Rotary Group is very commendable, so thank you.
I'd like to thank the entire Behavioral Wellness Committee. This is the 2nd time in a few years that our club has won that award. The work that you guys do is fantastic, so thank you. Dr. George Russell, do we have some birthdays?
Yes, we do. Last night I held a tiny hand, so dainty and so sweet, I thought my heart would surely burst, so rapidly it did beat. No other hand I've held so tight could greater happiness bring than the tiny hand I held last night for aces and a king. Paul Jurdy, his birthday's boy today.
Well, I'm going to keep this very short. I had a lot of material, as you might expect, and I will not sing the song nor recite the poetry that I had written for Dr. Russell. But I do want to say how honored I am to be a part of this organization and how grateful every day I am for the friends and colleagues that have come to my life because of Rotary. So thank you to all of you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Paul. And don't forget, next week we're dark, and on the 8th, we're not having a birthday table. So for all those July birthdays, save it up until, I guess it would be the 15th, right? So feel free to sit at the birthday table on the 15th. Let's roll the brew.
It's been a good year of the brew with the three amigos. Hello? Is this thing on? Is cereal a soup? No.
I got 60. Do I have $70?
Have you seen those theme Colorado license plates? What if there was one that said Rotary?
Horsey fishy, fishy. Pandemic cookbook.
And you can see through all the pictures here that everybody had a great time. Thank you so much to the Museum of Boulder.
Oh, hello there. Have a great weekend. In the 2022-2023 Rotary year, we're supersizing it. Out with the three amigos and in with the Cuatro Amigos. Chad Stam is now part of the team with Fred, Cassidy, and Mike. Welcome, Chad. We are the Cuatro Amigos. We are the Cuatro Amigos. Yeah!
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Will you do the chicken dance?
For that chocolate-coated ice cream, loaded big and thick, no room for a stick. What would you do for a
Boulder Rotary. You know what? I think everyone's going to have a great weekend.
I'd like to thank Sam Pottinger for stepping in for today's past president greeter and David Askey for being today's red badge greeter. Thanks to Jim for stepping in at the desk with Vanessa. Thanks to Kitty for running the raffle. And thanks to Lynn, Vanessa, Fred, and Cassidy for meeting management. Everyone enjoy the holiday. We'll see you on the 8th. Meeting adjourned.
I know this is your last meeting. As a past president, I just want to take a personal moment and say you did an amazing job.
Thank you. Thank you all so much. That means so much. Have a great weekend.